Hi everyone, welcome to week 6 of my running and writing journey. My marathon training is in full swing and I've also managed to work on my writing this week, so all is going well. I received this very cool, or should I say very warm hoodie, which I kind of forgot I even ordered, but it's an ABP Southampton marathon hoodie. And I'm a sucker for hoodies, especially now that it's getting colder again. So it's a little big. I probably should have ordered a small. This is a medium, but at least it's very warm and nice. And it also has a very cool back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to start wearing this. I still have my University of Southampton hoodie too, by the way, but that one is collecting dust at the minute, so let's hope this hoodie has a better fate. This week, I went to another Les Mills body pump class at my local gym, and I also went to a yoga class to stretch and relax a little bit. I want to try and do more yoga because I think this will be great for my muscles and hopefully it'll benefit my marathon training too. Do you go to yoga class or do strength training? Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to answer that question. And anyway, let's get into the week. This week was a moderate week in terms of training load. I still ran 3 times a week, but the runs were more intense. On Monday, I had my first scheduled run, which consisted of a slightly longer warming up, followed by zones 2 and 3 running, and then 10 100-meter repeats.
So I just finished 10 times 100-meter sprints. So yeah, I'm exhausted.
So this was today's training, 8.9 kilometers, 1 hour and 10 minutes, and an average heart rate of 148. On Wednesday, I went on my second run of the week, and this run consisted of a lot more zone 3 running than before. It was nice to see my pace pick up too. I noticed I'm getting a little bit faster, even in zone 1, which is really exciting. On Saturday, I went on my final run for this week, which was another 10K long run in zone 1, and this is actually the last week that I get to run 10K because next week the distance increases to 12K. I also somehow managed to get a blister from my chest strap. It must have been rubbing against my skin, but I'm sure this won't be the last inconvenience I encounter on this journey. Time to talk about my writing. This week, I spent some time on structuring my story. The idea is that if you do this before you start writing, it saves a lot of time later on because you have a solid foundation to build your story on. So when I lived in England, I would drink lots of English breakfast tea. So I bought the same thing over here. So I'm going to drink this whilst making the outline of the story. So hopefully this helps to connect to the old me. Who knows, maybe it's silly, but maybe it's not. I also worked on the timeline and the characters that will be introduced. And I'm not going to lie, this was the first kind of emotional hurdle I had to take. I've also been reading more in general, especially in the evenings before I go to bed. Looking back on this week, I'm really happy with my progress and making it through the first moderate week in terms of training. Time for this week's stats. I ran 29 kilometers this week. I have written 5 pages, although that's not going to be part of the story. It's the structure of the story and some information about the characters. At the time of recording this, I have 94 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much for that, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, especially if you're still here. Have a great week, and see you next week.